Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy Doughboy Tony. We're here back with another episode of What's the Word on Wednesdays on the realest fucking platform on YouTube, man. American Cholo. Y'all already know what it is. Today I got my boys with me. My homie Frankie, my boy Philosopher in the building. What's up with y'all boys, man?
You know, out here doing the thing. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Popping. Green side of the grass, man.
Yeah, that's right. How y'all been feeling, man?
Man, I'm happy that it's not raining anymore, bro. We've been having some beautiful weather. So, you know, Southern California weather, man, feels like summertime.
Yeah, I was starting to I usually like the rain, but fuck, I was starting to hate it, fool.
Sad 4 hours.
Too much, yeah. All deprimido.
All that, pre.
What's up with you?
Be sad, boy, bro, because that fucking heat with it, dog. It'd be like raining and musty out there.
Humid
bro.
as fuck.
Yeah, like, bro, this ain't Florida.
How you been feeling, though, G?
Good, man, good. You know, still here, bro, still breathing, so it's positive always.
Hell yeah, shit. We about to give them a dope-ass episode like we always do, man. Get into some sports, get into some different topics going on around the world. You know, bullshit a little bit, anything y'all want to bring up, whatever it is. The homie Ronnie couldn't make it today, so it's just us three today at the table. But what we want to kick it off with, man, I know we got some boxing news. We got some fights coming up, which we're like days away from, right?
Days. We're a week away from.
A week away from
Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, maybe.
Damn, so it's looking like that fight's gonna happen. Because I think if Ryan was not gonna have that fight, it would already
happen, right? I think he would have pulled. You know what? I hearing a couple different things. Obviously, I'm hearing that ticket sales aren't doing so well because they're having this at the Barclays in New York. So you have two California kids. Devin's from the Bay Area. Ryan's from the LA area, and you're having them fight in New York.
The opposite side of the U.S. That's terrible.
Obviously, like, nobody's really tapping in.
That's already a bad start when it comes to like marketing and shit like that,
bro. Come on now, like, it don't make no sense. So
you can't pull your main seat fillers.
100%. So I'm hearing like they're having issues like kind of filling seats. So you started to hear and you're starting to see them kind of promote the fight a little more, right? You saw Devin Haney come out with the shirts. I don't know if you guys saw those shirts.
Yes,
you know what shirts I'm talking about?
The Ryan Garcia in Raza.
Ryan Garcia
for the Raza or some shit like that.
Raza. Yeah, Devin Haney for the Raza.
Dog. Damn, he's a fool for that. Hey, but he took a play out of Mayweather's book with that one.
100%.
Straight up.
Yeah, because Mayweather would come out with like the Mexican colors and shit like that, right?
Yeah, it's a good move.
Well, it's.
How do you guys feel about that comment or that?
I don't like
quote
that.
whatever's on the shirt.
No, I don't like that.
It's I'm stuck in the middle, right? Like, I understand from like a marketing standpoint, like Latinos, Mexicans specifically, make probably the largest demographic in boxing, right? Like we fill, especially out here, we fill out stadiums. Like you've seen Canelo, Munguia, Ryan Garcia, David Benavidez, so on and so forth, like sell out venues because of like the rabid fan base. Boxing is one of the most popular sports in Mexico and Latin America, right? So, but with that being said, like, obviously he's using this all when it comes to like marketing and whatnot. Yeah. It's just, you kind of start blurring those lines and people asking like, well, why doesn't Raza really back up Ryan Garcia, And it's like, I get it, like, and I understand it because it's a smart marketing tactic, but personally, like, I don't like it because it's just like, it's just some clown shit. Like, I know Floyd did that and Mayweather did that, right? Because like I said, like, the biggest demo in boxing are Latinos, are Mexicans. So like, you're pandering to them. You want like certain people to come over and obviously kind of support what you're doing, bro. But like, come on, man. Like, if you had to put it into those terms, I gotta take Ryan Garcia over Devin Haney all day, every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Even though that dude gets a lot of fucking like hate and people clown him a lot because he can't speak Spanish and all this. He's all this stuff about Ryan Garcia, right? But at the end of the day, he's Raza, bro.
Yep.
Like, you can't take that away from him.
100%.
At the end of the day, bro, he's Mexican. He's Mexican American, and to say he's not is just crazy, bro. And to try and get the people to go against him, man.
I think that's something that, like, when you brought up him not speaking Spanish, I'm like, that's more his parents' fault than his fault.
100%.
Yeah.
Because, like, how, you growing up, for me specifically, and I think a lot of us who are first generation, like, Spanish was my first language. I had to learn English in school, right? So, but it's true what they say, right? I think, you know, you saw this, or you saw a very similar question in the 40-year-old virgin. If you don't use it, you lose it, right?
Bag of sand.
It's the same thing with language, bro.
My boy quoted the 40-year-old virgin. G, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing with Spanish. Like, you're so used to like listening to music in English, speaking English in school, at work, that eventually like it starts to subside, right? So his parents really not enforcing that or teaching that to him. I'm like, that's not really his fault. But with that being said, I've met a lot of individuals that Spanish wasn't their first language, and when they turned 18 and they were old enough to kind of realize that, they made it a point to learn how to speak Spanish. Just like Canelo's made a point to learn how to speak English to be able to cross over. I think you have to, if I'm a Ryan Garcia, like really spend some time rooted in the culture and try to learn how to speak proper Spanish.
Yeah. And you can't try to like use it's like, all right, it's raza and all this shit, but like you don't even try to learn it, dog. Like, come on, it's not hard for you. You have all the resource in the world to learn it. You know, be tied to your people. They support you, support them. Don't get mad if somebody comes at you and says something like that if you don't put the energy into it, right? But on the other end, I would be okay with the shirt if he didn't put me for fucking raza, you know, like that's not cool, dog. If you want to clown on the fool and talk some shit, I mean, go for it. You know, this is the fight game. You know, this is not like church or something. But don't use an entire race of people all of a sudden. You know, don't throw us in the mix and say that all of a sudden you want to be our guy because you've been here the whole time and we've been supporting you, dog. Like Mexicans are Latinos in general. We are boxing, right? That's our sport, 100%. You could have noticed us before. You could have spoken to us before. You could have given us some of that attention before. But to use this, I mean, you're taking a shot at us. You're not really supporting us, right? You're using our guy.
It's convenient.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's convenient.
And you don't get to. That's the problem with everybody is that like Latinos, we've sat down and tried to not cause a mess and you know keep our head down. So don't keep standing on it, dog. Like show respect. You know, show respect to everybody out here because you can be somebody that matters to you know the Mexican culture when it comes to boxing. For sure you could. Yeah. But don't use us. You know what I mean?
And I feel like the main. Like one of the biggest problems there, bro, for him making that shirt is our own people. Like who in the hell, how in the hell would Devin Haney know whether Ryan Garcia represents La Raza well or not? But I'm sure he sees the comments of all our people and they're like, this fool ain't Raza, this fool ain't Mexican, you know, like he don't even speak Spanish. So it's easy for them to see all of our people talk shit on him and take advantage of the situation, you know?
And just really kind of taking like an intellectual standpoint, right? When you talk about Spanish, I'm like, bro, Spanish is a conqueror's language, right?
That's Spain is in Europe, G.
Exactly. That's not what we spoke. We spoke Nahua. And if you really say, well, that fool's not Mexican, I'm like, look, like being Mexican is such a broad term now because there's so many people from all over the world, right, that have made a home in Mexico, right, that it's hard to say, like, what's really Mexican, what's really not Mexican, you know what I'm saying? So, like, him saying, like, yo, like, Ryan Garcia, you're not Mexican and fucking Mexicans for Devin Haney, I'm just like, yo, bro, like, that's definitely a troll, to say the least, right? And kind of like what, you know, the philosopher was saying, like, unfortunately, we've always been a group of people who don't complain about things, that we don't speak up, we don't complain, we don't say, you know, what's on our mind. And I think that's to our detriment because, like, how long are we going to allow people to kind of step all over the culture, to appropriate it, to gentrify it, and us not kind of speaking up on it?
Well, you know,
and wait 1 second, Art Gallardo. First of all, the top comment, the 420 prolific mob, Cuba locals like that shit up. Hell yeah. Hey. I hope y'all lighting went up at home. Ooh. Shout out the homie Notorious 1. Art Gallardo said, do you guys even know where Devin Haney started his career at? Yes, he started in Mexico. And no one's taking anything away from him, bro. No. Like, if he support, you know, he has Raza support. You know, I'm somebody who actually likes Haney. And I fuck with Haney, but who is he to tell Raza who's Raza and who's Raza and who isn't Raza?
That part, man.
You know?
And the reason why he fought in Mexico, because you can't turn professional here in the United States until you're 18 years old. So you have to fight a bunch of cab drivers. Let's be honest. Him and Ryan Garcia. Yep. Ryan Garcia didn't get his deal with Golden Boy till he was 10, 11, and 0. And he fought a bunch of cab drivers in Mexico. And the story with Devin Haney is that
Like Julio Cesar Chavez.
I'm
just kidding.
Whoa,
I'm just kidding, fool. I know
Gee,
that.
wait, whoa. Hey, dog.
We're gonna do this shit again.
Bro.
You almost said exactly.
Like he started in Tijuana. And you know what a lot of people would say about Devin, right? Is like he fucking raised the price. His dad raised the price on how much it costs to fight somebody out there.
Yeah.
So like a lot of youngsters go out there and turn professional, right? Because you can't do that here in the States. Yeah. So that's 1,000% the reason why he went to Mexico.
Of course.
Was to turn professional, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't think just because you started in Mexico, it makes you like a spokesperson for the culture. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
What else has he said for Mexicans along his career? What else has he done to show support?
He hasn't said anything.
So that's my point, right? What it looks like to me is that you used assets that were available to you to uplift yourself and to put yourself in position to do for yourself. And good, you know, we all would do that. But you don't get to just turn around and use the beef on something. Keep the beef on the guy.
He's just mad because Ryan put him and Diddy on a shirt, dog.
Hey,
weren't they like shirtless in the pool or something?
They were shirtless. Hey, you can't take that back, bro.
Hey,
dog.
Hey,
like,
bro. Ain't no pause there, homie. It's play or fast forward for you, dog. But yeah, no, I just don't use the people, bro. Just have a little more class with your shit talking.
Yeah, bro. One more shout out before we keep going, man. My boy Delic in the chat, clean shirt. Everybody go follow my boy's brand, man. 1 of 1 right here. We're rocking his shit. Me and my boy Frankie rocking his shit right now.
That's right. Thank you, Delic. I appreciate you, big dog.
But
Art,
yeah, man.
Wanted to kind of point out to the chat, like, Art, you're absolutely right. He would not say anything about Pitbull because
that part.
Pitbull is authentically Mexicano, right? Like just his whole story, like his just how he's really had to fight to make a living, right? Like 1,000%. Like nobody would ever say like, oh yeah, you know, Devin is more Mexican than Pitbull. Like that would never happen. No. And he, you know, to say the least, like he would probably be scared. You know, Devin Pillow Hands Haney, right? Jeez, would probably be scared of having somebody like Pitbull coming after him like he came after Rolly. But like I completely agree with Art.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's somebody. It's completely different, bro, because it goes back to what I said. Our people are not in Pitbull's comments talking about he ain't raza.
That part,
he ain't this, that, you know? No. So, like, I feel like a lot of us had to take accountability for that, too, you know, because, you know, as raza, we make fun of him. Or I'm not speaking for everybody here, but, you know, people in the comments, they tear him apart, dog. Especially now with everything that's going on, you know, like that, all the shit that he was going through, like the shit that he was saying and talking about, you know, it made it easy for people to just pick on him, bro. And, you know, I mean, for every reason, I feel like people have a reason to just go at him for that reason, you know. But when it comes to the raza shit, like you can't take that away from him, bro.
No,
you can't. Like you really can't take his culture away from him, bro. And somebody like Haney's not gonna come and tell us he ain't raza, he ain't for la raza, you know.
Facts.
Yeah, but moving on, man. I want to talk about a topic that I think is kind of funny, bro. It's kind of fucked up, a little disrespectful. The Dodgers, man. The Dodgers and Otani, bro. Otani hit his first home run with the Dodgers, and a homegirl in the stands caught it, so she caught the ball, right? And the Dodgers took her to a private area, bro, to talk to her about getting that ball because Otani wanted it.
Hey, yo.
So they didn't let her boyfriend come with her.
Hey, yo.
Because they knew exactly what they were doing. They finessed the fuck out of her, bro. They had her give up Otani's first home run ball with the Dodgers for 2 baseballs, 2 hats, and like a baseball bat.
Damn.
Jeez.
And yeah, bro.
So she could have bought at the little trinket shop.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't. Was anything signed? I don't remember. But either way, bro, like the value of that ball is easily, like, baseball fans will know, it's easily like at $100K, bro.
Dang.
Yeah.
For somebody like Otani, we're talking about somebody people compare to Babe Ruth in today's era, bro.
Oh, no way.
A pitcher somebody who can pitch really well and hit fucking really, really well. Their first home run with an iconic baseball team in the league. She caught the ball, bro, and she gave it up for that shit, bro. Like, I don't know. I think she got super finessed. There's a reason they probably didn't let the boyfriend come because they knew he would have been like, hell nah, like, hold on to that shit.
Yo,
but
this is when you need that audio. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, for real.
They should have had a conversation beforehand, bro. Everything's up for negotiation.
Yeah, but now the other person doesn't know how the value of what you're negotiating.
Yeah, once you're getting
whose fault is that?
You never know what they were telling her either, bro.
And why the fuck did her man let that slide? I would have been like, hell no, what you mean you're going to take her somewhere private? Hey, what's up? We going or she ain't going nowhere, homie. For all I know, the ball's here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
facts.
and I know they were giving her shit saying like if she tried to keep it, she wouldn't be able to get it verified and shit like that. Otani didn't want to sign the ball. Otani didn't even want to go take pictures. Like they lied. They said Otani went and took a picture and signed some stuff. She came out and said that was all a lie.
Oh,
She never got to meet Otani. None of that shit.
Damn,
that's crazy, bro.
Up,
that's some fucked up shit.
Man.
And damn, dog, I don't know. To me, it was kind of funny because it's like, bro, like how you really just play somebody like that.
Dude, imagine if it was
bro.
A kid, like a little kid caught it. They're like, hey, I'll give you 4 lollipops. Don't trip, dog. You see some Hershey's? You want a shirt? Here's a shirt.
For real. I mean, I don't know, dog. Like if you didn't want to cash her out, maybe some season tickets,
anything.
Some, I don't know, bro.
That costs
like,
nothing to you.
Fuck, 2 baseballs, 2 hats, and a fucking baseball bat, bro.
Yeah, let her go to the locker. Let her get signed up. Like that shit's nothing.
Like, man, you know how big of a Dodger fan I am, bro.
Okay,
like,
so all items were autographed. Okay, honestly, that doesn't really change it for me though. The value of a fucking ball that Otani hit was his first home run with the Dodgers.
That's like a historical thing.
Yeah,
right?
hell yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's something you want to keep. But to me, it was a little shady, bro. But fuck it,
Damn, Frank, those are your people, G.
Yeah, nah. You know what, man? Like, obviously, like, you would want the Dodgers to do better for their fans, right? I'm like, even like, offer her to come and, pitch one of the first, opening pitches, right? Like, that would be a crazy experience, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah, I think it's the exchange that they gave her that's kind of fucked up.
And it was
obviously, it's not like they just took it from her and like, well, fuck you.
Bro, like, it costs nothing for you to give her something of pretty good value to really, equal it out a little bit. It costs nothing for you. You're just being an asshole.
Yeah.
It costs nothing to give her season tickets, sign shit, let her come on the field, do something cool, right? And, like, wouldn't that look really dope if that's what they saw? Like, hey, we kept the ball for whatever historic reason, but we gave her all this dope shit. And then now we're watching and, you see her on Instagram. She's at the next show. She's at the other one. And it gives an exchange in some way. Why are players so goddamn hard, dog? Hey, but you know what? One thing, y'all been arguing over, like, Dodgers and Angels this whole time. And, like, fuck baseball for me personally. I'm out. I think I might be on the Angels side now, dog.
Oh, man. Don't even say that, bro.
I think I'm right here with
All
GBG.
All bad, bro.
Yeah, dog.
Definitely want to be on a team that doesn't win, dog. So it's all good. It's all good, right?
I just don't want to play with children and babies and old people.
You don't want to be part of an organization that takes advantage of people, bro.
Yeah,
man. Like Artie Moreno.
And one of their best players is a degenerate gambler, and he blamed it on his interpreter, G. It's kind of fucked up, huh?
I can't comment. I can't comment on that one, fool. I'm a little diamond hander myself.
to be quite honest, DBT, Artie Moreno has been taking advantage of all Angel fans for a very long time. So
fucking Artie Moreno.
I don't know what you were talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, dog.
I'm just gonna stay quiet.
He's finessing you for 20 years, dog. 20 years. One World Series, 20 years.
You've been getting t-shirts and bats for 2 decades.
Basically, dog. He's been promising you a good team, and it just hasn't happened yet. So I don't know,
man. I don't know. We need to get Artie out of there.
That's
for sure. Gotta get our farming team going. Get some good pitching squad up in that bitch. We'll be all right.
This is why baseball don't matter. It just don't matter.
It's definitely a bottom of the tier sport for me. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I like it. I've been following it more recently.
Because your team sucks.
But nah, dog. Fool, come on, dog.
Hey, at least this team lets these fools keep the balls they catch, dog. Damn.
Nobody wants them. That's why, G.
Maybe.
Nobody wants them, bro.
You get wet over a Trout home run, G.
Hell
if you caught it, fool.
Hell nah, fool. Throw that shit right back, fool. I'm like,
hey, but baseball's like America's sport, though. No, that's like our sport. Yeah.
I would say, I would think so. They fucking Americans go hard for that sport probably more than I don't know though. Football's up there.
Nothing,
football's up there, yeah.
I feel like football's slowly taking that fucking.
I would think
title.
Football was America's sport. Like if I was some fucking alien just tapped down, I'd be like, oh, football, that's their thing. I wouldn't think baseball. Especially
because it's a sport that's dominated by Americans.
Yeah,
baseball is dominated by
everybody
South
else.
And Central and mainly. I would say South America dominates a lot of the league. Obviously, a lot of Americans dominate the league too. And most of the league is American, but like you got athletes from all over the world, bro.
Don't you got a bunch of like Cubans and cats like
that? Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
Ricans,
South American and stuff
Asians.
like that.
That's crazy.
There's tons of Japanese.
Yeah, the Japanese are going hard right now.
Every sport, G.
The Japanese are going hard.
Golf? Oh, you golf?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You seen like Koreans are killing golf right now.
Hell yeah, bro.
Killing it, bro.
I feel like Asians in general, they just when they put their mind to something, bro,
It's over with.
It's over with. Yeah.
When you see 6 to like 20 little Asian kids with boxing gloves on, a baseball, whatever, it's over, dog. It's over. You got the next 10 years. Enjoy your next decade, because these little kids,
very fucking disciplined people, bro.
Yeah, and they're calculated.
Their culture is very disciplined,
Yep.
calculated. They just dominate, bro.
Yeah.
Look at Otani is the best player in the league right now.
What's efficiency, man? Is Otani Asian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
He's a Japanese vato.
Those fools sick ass fools. Hey, you seen that shit though? All those lowrider ass fools out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Chicano culture's heavy in Japan, bro.
Dang, that's such a weird thing too. I wouldn't have expected that at all, you know. But dude, they love it. They love the fucking culture, man.
Real recognize real. That's
Straight up, straight up. Straight up. All my Asian Crips out there.
Like man, go ahead, DBT.
No, yeah, I was just gonna touch into some basketball, bro. Fucking, Lakers and Clippers. It's looking like they got a pretty good shot. I mean, the Clippers are pretty much in the playoffs. The Lakers are looking like they're gonna be in the play-in, which is people that don't know, the play-in now in basketball is the top 7 teams are in the playoffs, and then 8, 9, and 10 go at it with each other for those next 2 spots. The Lakers took an L last night, man.
Against the Dubs,
against the Warriors. That was a tough loss. They needed that dub. They need to pretty much win out. There's only 4. I want to say there's 4 games left in the season for each team. After today, it's going to be 3. But damn, bro, I really thought, not having AD yesterday was a big fucking mistake. Not mistake, but a big fucking loss for them.
100%. I think not having AD in the middle, right, to really kind of run the defense, especially his defensive prowess, right. Like when he goes off on offense, like that boy can ball. But really, like, AD's there to kind of anchor the defense, right?
Correct.
And it's really hard to compete when, like, Golden State was shooting like 60% from the arc.
Draymond Green was 5 for 5 from the 3-point line, like at halftime.
Bro, you live by the 3, you die by the 3, right? And they're a team that yesterday were just on it, And unfortunately, when like a team is really playing well, like Draymond was playing well, Clay was really aggressive, like Steph was doing Steph things, and you didn't have an AD there to kind of like, deter people from kind of, coming in, right? Having everybody on the perimeter, being able to play press and being able to press them at the 3 line, at the 3-point line. And when they came in, having, big AD out there really kind of like, anchoring the defense. So it's hard, right? It's hard, but, it's a long playoff. I think they're getting their legs ready. The Lakers have been playing a lot better, bro. Over the last 20 games, bro, they've probably been one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. And yesterday I was rooting for the Lakers, but for only one reason: my bets. I had player props. I had LeBron on the slip. I had D'Angelo Russell on the slip. Fuck D'Lo, bro. D'Lo fucked me over bad yesterday, bro. He couldn't hit his rebounds and assists. Motherfucker had 2 rebounds, 7 assists. I needed 1 more of either thing from him, and he motherfucker couldn't hit, bro. I seen some people in here talk about sports bets. That we should contribute with some sports bets. If that's something y'all would like to see, I'll be down. I usually, though, I could figure it out. I could bring like some props because we do this around 6 p.m. So I could try and see the props for the next day. If you guys are into sports betting. And yeah, man, we got to get Price Picks to sponsor the show.
Facts.
Get some fucking.
They're slipping.
Some more gambling going on in here.
What do you mean by that though? Like, about with bets, like giving your.
Like player props. So there's different bets for players. Those are called like player props, and then you could do like team bets. So
you were thinking of like giving your opinion on what you think.
Yeah, maybe I could do like 2 picks. I could do like 2 of my favorite picks for the next day or whatever it is.
That's what's up.
I'm not like some fucking crazy sorcerer genius when it comes to this shit, but I'm pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I'm mainly on the profitable side when it comes to this shit. So
it's just straight up financial advice. Straight up. Don't worry about it.
And if you don't got the money, just don't gamble.
Nah, just go borrow it. You'll pay it back.
Yeah, no, but you can always start low. Shit,
go all in. Double up, fool. Double up. Get it from your granny real quick. Pay her back. You'll win. Don't trip, G. Double up. You'll be all right. Diamond.
And if you miss, just ask for more.
Yeah, just
you got it that time.
That's it.
This time.
Bro, 3rd time's the charm. 8's better.
But I want to give a quick shout out to my Águilas, dog. America, shit. We just fucking destroyed New England Revolution, bro.
All of a sudden.
Fool, come on, dog. 4-0 the first game, and then fucking, what was it, like 5-2 yesterday, I think.
Do you think the MLS has caught up to the rest of the world?
It's getting there, bro. You know, the MLS is fucking tricky, bro, because, I mean, obviously now they have arguably the best player in the world, Messi, in the fucking league. You know, that's a huge advantage.
Oh, yeah.
But there's like when they did the Liga MX, the Mexican League versus the MLS tournament, I didn't like the fact that there was no home games for the Mexican teams. Like, that's already a one-sided event, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the MLS is trying to do everything in its power to just get more people to fucking want to watch.
Man.
Because if there's one sport that's lacking huge in America, it's soccer, for sure. Because Europe, Central America, South America is huge, bro. It's
Asia.
fucking huge. Asia, everywhere in the world, bro.
Middle
I
East.
was about to say, it's the biggest sport, no?
In the world.
It's the biggest sport in the
Yeah,
world,
biggest
without a
sport in the
doubt.
world.
It's just not here in this country.
That's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, bro. I guess, I don't know if it's the atmosphere of maybe like the events.
I think we
Or
like contact, bro. I think that's the thing about sports here in the States is like we like violence. And you see things like football.
Baseball's not violent.
Nah, baseball's not violent, but it's definitely not more popular than football.
No.
You know?
But I mean, bro, go to any fucking park in any country, dog, and there's there's a soccer section right there.
100%.
You know, you go to any park, there's always kids playing soccer, bro. Kickball, handball. At every school, it's not like we lack a field in every single recreational park to play soccer.
I feel like soccer is more popular in like say like I grew up playing soccer in Santa Ana in like hood areas, bro. Where like I think it's an easier sport to play when you're less fortunate.
No,
you know?
you're right. Yeah.
Like, and that's why,
Basketball
bro, why
too.
do some of the best players in the world come from like such poor areas in the world? Like Brazil, like Ronaldinho, players like Neymar, like they come from gutter, bro. Like, you know, they come from areas where it's like they don't have the resources that a lot of people have here, bro. And like that just says a lot about the sport too.
I mean, you're walking everywhere, kicking that soccer ball everywhere since you're like 5. And I mean, bro, and maybe it's a culture thing, right? Because in America, I feel like we're so spoon-fed and we're so cushioned, right, in every way. You look at if you look at Muay Thai, for example, these are kids that they start fighting at like 12, dog. They go to school, they wake up, they go do some sparring, they go to school, they come to the gym, spar, go home, eat, go spar before bed. They start professional fights with like 300 to 800 fights under their belt already. You go to almost any other country when it comes to sports, and I think they just take it more serious. They care more. In America, I feel like we're such an ideologue nation, right? Where everything that we do, it's more so based on like our status, who we are, you know, opposed to what we can do.
I think especially when it comes to fighting is a sport that the underprivileged really participate in to get them out of what they're in, right?
And it's also in your nature.
1,000%. Like you know, earlier we were talking about Pitbull Cruz, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know
Example.
if anybody out there really had the opportunity to see like it's kind of like 24/7 that PBC was doing on YouTube, right? Like really kind of telling the story behind Rolly and Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora and Pitbull. Yeah. And the crazy thing that you saw, like Pitbull's story, right? Like him really talking about, first of all, like had no idea that like both his dad and his grandfather were professional
Savages,
fighters.
Dog.
And he literally had to fight to eat. And when you have an individual who has to fight to survive, it's a completely different mentality than somebody who's going in there and just to play a sport.
Yeah, no, that's cute. That's why I really like Mike Tyson, man, because Mike Tyson was kind of like the epitome of that. When you look at a lot of those speeches when he's losing his mind, dog, Mike Tyson was somebody who was super traumatized, he had a lot of pain in his life, but he was also somebody who was very smart naturally. He was right. It's weird because some people, even if you don't have an education behind you, any support or system behind you, you're just naturally smart. The man studied warriors, you know what I mean? And you look at the things that he said, dog, were like, I don't care. Like, I want to strip his health. I don't want the belt. Like for some guys, for guys like that, right? Like Pitbull, like that. It's not about this cute little trophy. That means nothing, bro. Like I'm good at violence. I enjoy violence. I like it. I like being in there. You don't. Yeah. Right. You want to be
fighting to survive.
Straight up. And then when you're no longer needing to survive, well, you fought to survive, and it created something within you. And now that the necessity may not be there, but the monster still is. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, how do you deal with that? You saw what happened with Mike. You see what happens with Pitt. Like, you got to work on you, obviously, but that comes from something else. You know what I mean? That doesn't
Yeah.
come from just wanting fame, dog.
1,000%.
Yeah, they're gladiators.
Yep. Hell yeah. And then the comments, they said there's no contact in baseball and basketball. I would argue the basketball one. Have you seen
Basketball's
Draymond Green? Motherfucker kicking fools in the nuts like every game he plays, dog.
Oh, punching fools in the
fucking
face.
Throwing elbows,
I've
punching
seen fools
fools.
jump and drop elbows down on fools, dog.
That fool was stomping on fools.
Yeah, straight up.
Nah, but I mean, the basketball, obviously the contact and the intensity has decreased a lot from like the 90s. But, you know, at the end of the day, I guess it's probably a little, I don't know, bro. I don't know if it has more contact in. What were we talking about earlier?
Well, baseball.
Soccer?
Well, you know, against
Soccer is pretty, I mean, you
soccer's
could
got
body
contact.
fools in
Yeah,
soccer,
straight
you know?
up, straight up.
Like,
Fools get fucked up.
You're allowed to use your body in soccer.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally allowed to use your body in soccer.
You're allowed to use your body in soccer, but fools are prima donnas, dog.
And
like,
it's not
fools,
contact the same.
like, man, bro, like as many times. Look, I love soccer. Soccer's a finesse game, right?
Yeah.
But I can't deal with like fool. You know, we talk about it in basketball too. Like people really kind of just like flopping.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot in soccer.
Yeah.
In soccer, like you barely touch somebody and
And they
this fool's
fall
like
over crying.
rolling on the ground,
Yeah.
crying like you killed them. And I'm like, bro, like what's going on, dog? Like,
Well, those fools are like
get your
princes,
ass,
dog.
yeah, exactly. Get your ass up and go finish the play, bro.
Yeah.
I understand, like it's part of the game. You're trying to call it, you know, get a call and do all that, but like that's the part of the sport that I don't like. Where
Well,
it's like, fool, shut up, get up, fool.
You know
Stop,
what?
Stop being a bitch. Plain and simple.
No,
Stop
straight
being a
up. You're
bitch.
playing a sport at the highest level. Please don't be a bitch. But you know, you said something, and I kind of agree with you at first. But after that comment, something came into my mind, and I don't think that's true at all. I don't think in America we like contact, dog. Because look at what happened with the UFC. Nobody gave a fuck about the UFC when it first came. In fact, they wanted to stop because the blood and all the fighting and the gore, and nobody wants this violence. And to put gloves on, don't use elbows.
And you know what? That brings back another point that I just thought of that I wanted to mention in like previous episodes. We just never got to it, bro. The NFL has banned hip dropping tackling now in the league. So now you can't wrap motherfuckers around their hips and drop them when you tackle them. You can no longer do that in the league.
No. Even that, like 10 and 2
Like,
elbows.
why is it getting softer?
Thank you.
You know?
Even
Man.
fighting.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess people are gonna argue for the health and the longevity of these athletes, bro. But dude, they know what they signed up for, dog. You know, they're that's why they get paid so much. You know, they're risking,
Yeah,
they're putting
facts.
their body out there, like they're fucking giving everything they got.
And to be honest, bro, nobody's worth 30 million. What job is worth like 30, 40, 50 million?
Nobody.
Oh man, I don't know, Matthew Stafford.
Nah,
I mean,
bro.
Fool, this was gonna say Prescott, bro.
Dak Prescott, hell no. Yo, like you look, bro. You gotta put some respect on Dak's name. He's a 4th round pick to be able to do what he's been doing, bro. Like nobody.
The Cowboys are a good quarterback away from maybe winning the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, look, like we've never
Dak's
really.
not a hit G.
We haven't had a number. When have we had a pick like Stafford? Hey, let me remind you, Stafford was a number 1 pick, was a 1st round pick. So we have not had an individual who's been that high caliber, because.
But that's your owner's fault, bro.
I'm like, look, bro, Jerry Jones doesn't have too many years left. You know, shout out to Jerry, bro. I love you, dog. But like, hey, man, once you give up the keys to the team, bro, once you give up to give the keys up to the team, bro. Like, I think, but recently, like his son Steven has been doing a lot more of the drafting.
Yeah.
You have to admit that the one thing that we have been doing over the last 10 years is drafting really, really well.
No, definitely. Hell yeah. The Cowboys are a solid team, bro. They're a great team. They've been a phenomenal team the past like 2-3 years. They just haven't been able to get the job done. But I personally do think that, Prescott is a big key issue, if not the biggest issue on the team, bro. And, I think it's just time to move on, bro, from him.
Man, that's
just my opinion, bro. That's that's just from the outside looking in.
It could be that, right? I think if there was a situation where we can get somebody who was a little more seasoned when it comes into like crunch time and clutch time, right? Like kind of like exactly what you guys did. You guys gave up Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. So if there's a situation that transpires like that, I'm like, I would definitely be open to it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't win the chip, it don't matter. Like that's all we're trying to do is win the chip. And if you don't win that chip, it's a losing season.
Well, you know what's funny, man? Like in the chat, the Clown Roger, that's actually a really good point. How the CTE when it comes to NFL.
We got Roger
lawsuit.
Goodell in the comment section.
Yeah, that's right.
Talking about NFL, we got Roger Goodell up in here.
Yeah, the real. But that's a good point, man. CTE and NFL lawsuits caused the game to be softer, but that doesn't really apply to like UFC and things like that, right? But that is actually a legitimate point. And to be honest, the crazy part is if you want to stop CTE, take the fucking helmet off.
Damn, that fool makes $77 million a year running the NFL for real.
That's insane.
As a commissioner,
get the fuck out,
bro. For real.
That doesn't make no sense, bro. By the way,
that is fucking crazy, bro.
That's insane.
Like, how is that worth that? How do you justify that money?
Man,
you know what I mean? You could buy the block back 40 times. Like, what's going on?
I could say that, though. Like, if you are the director and the orchestrator of driving revenue and being able to put more money in everybody's pocket, you should be compensated for it. From a free business from a free business perspective, right? Like,
I could see that. Yeah.
If your strategic plans have doubled or tripled revenues for everybody, right? You should be compensated for it, but everybody else should be compensated for it as well,
exactly, right? But this is my thing, bro. Like that type of shit in my mind is what's like wrong with America, dog. Right? As a fucking guy that owns a football team, and like I could justify it in all kinds of ways. Yes, you brought money, business wise, like straight up business, number, data, all day. It makes sense, right? What makes dollars make sense. But like ethically, I don't know, man. Like being in a nation where like some fucking guy can run a football team that is going to make $77 million a year doing that, yet I got holes in my street everywhere I look. But infrastructure is fucked in America. Like, how do you have money to burn on things like that? Money may not really mean shit at this point, and it's more of a joke, but it's just hard to like sit there and like, I don't know, like maybe philosophize and, you know, think deeply about it, whatever. But it's like, fuck, bro, 77 mil?
Yeah, definitely, bro. But, you know, fuck, man, I think we touched on kind of everything we wanted to in the sport in terms of sports. Sure. Baseball is just starting up. Fucking basketball is approaching playoffs, man. I'm excited for that. I'm excited, but I'm kind of scared because I'm a Clipper fan, bro. And you know, we know how that goes sometimes, dog. So, but hopefully it's a different result this time. You feel me?
That's true.
And then obviously, you know, I'm sure a lot of people, you know, feel me. I'm already excited for football, dog. I mean, fuck, football to me is probably the best time of the year in terms of sports, just because it's the excitement it brings, bro, the adrenaline, and it's so short, bro. It's only a short amount of games compared to every other fucking sport in the that there is. And, you know, so it's a lot to take in such little time, bro. But, man, let's jump into one of our topics that we got today, bro. It was kind of disappointing, I think, when we saw it. So California is changing the grading scale. So in California now, the grading scale for public schools is to receive an A in a class or whatever it is that you're doing. It's now 84% to 100%. To receive a B, it is 64% to 84%. To receive a C in that class, it is now 44% to 64%. To receive a D, it's 24% to 44%. And F is 0 to 24%. What the fuck is going on?
To be honest, man, I think what's happening is that this is the issue. This being enacted is a direct reflection of how much dumber we are getting with our education system, that we have to even compromise on our grading ability, right? If you went back and looked at America in like the 50s, 60s, bro, these fucking high school kids were at an education level of a college degree, motherfucker, right? Every decade we're getting dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber, right? And it goes back, in my mind at least, when you have a nation that is pretty much up for grabs, up for sale. You know, we're selling everything out, from our ideas to our land. What you end up having is all these people who are coming in and able to lobby with all their money and sit down and dictate the direction we're going to go. And when external people come in to dictate the infrastructure of America, the only thing I can guarantee is it's a Trojan horse. You know what I mean? So what is happening when you're lowering the bar, lowering the standard? You're going to fluff up the grades as if that's the issue, but you're just going to have people fucking with straight D's instead of straight F's.
Yeah, so I don't understand why we're trying, like, coddling or trying to fucking protect kids from failure, bro. Like, dog, life is hard, bro. You know, life is hard, and when you get out to the real world, no one's going to lower their standards for you to succeed, bro.
Not at all. And every single successful person failed way more than anybody that is unsuccessful. In order for them to be successful, they had to go out on so many endeavors and fail so many things, and fail even in the thing that they inevitably succeeded in so many times. The person that never does anything like that can never fail at the rate that the successful man can fail.
Exactly.
Right?
It's true.
1,000%.
I think it's just that extension of the fucking participation trophy like era, right? Like where everybody gets a participation trophy for trying, and you get passed just for coming in, right? And the thing that we know about public schools is they get funded by how many people are there, right? Sir. How many bodies show up, not necessarily what you do and how well you do, right? Some of them do, right? Like you want to be able to meet standards and whatnot and things of that nature, right? But to that point, right? Like I couldn't agree more with you, DBT. I think that the fact that we're coddling our youth and not getting them ready for the real world, because you just mentioned, like, the real world does not care about your feelings, does not care about your attributes, does not care about your accomplishments. It's either can you get it done or can't you? It's black and white. Can you do the job or can't you do the job? And if you can't do the job, move on.
And you know what's the crazy part, man? If I was some leader of a world where of a nation where a democracy isn't a real issue within my nation, I don't have to worry about 4 years, bro. I'm going to be here my lifetime. I'll be here 10, 15. I'm watching you and I'm learning, I got it 5, 10 years, bro. I got a better time frame to fuck with these people. Because in 5, 10 years, their future, America's future, is these kids that they get to skate on by. They're incentivized by laziness, by lack. You know, you can get a D, don't worry about it. Soon, bro, when you soften the army, when you soften the nation, when you soften the mind, when you soften all these things that allow us to be a nation, that keep us protected and then provide value to our nation, we've outsourced all our work already. We don't make anything. Yeah. We've outsourced all of our brains already. We buy them all from somewhere else. And then now we're not even increasing the knowledge base of our own future, and our army sucks. What are the opposition thinking in this moment while watching?
I think it goes.
I see a sign of weakness.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. I think
the weakest future.
I think it really goes back to really topics that we've covered in the last podcast about people getting involved, because the money's out there. Yeah. Like, if you guys own a home, if you guys work on a daily basis, like, you understand the taxes that you're paying, right? So let's start having some questions for these individuals that are running our school districts and people who are making a bag at the very top. And what are you doing with our kids? How are you educating them? How is it that teachers consistently have to come out of pocket for supplies? How is it consistently that you guys can't really deliver this type of message that we're trying to convey to our youth? It doesn't make any sense, right? We keep adding money, we keep making more money, we keep feeding this, right? And we don't have any results. And you continue, the best thing that you guys can do is switch it to a sliding scale that now, like, everybody wins. It's a participation trophy. No. D equals diplomas and C equals careers. Like, well, come on now, what the hell's going on?
Damn. Yeah, and I'm seeing a discussion going on in the comments right now. I think people are trying to say, like, how much does it really matter because of all the available resources we have on our phones. And yes, that is true. But I don't think the issue here is what they're teaching at school and how much they need to know about it. I think it's more so they're making it easier for kids to be able to pass these classes. Yeah. You know, and give them a feeling of success, when in reality we know that if they're doing the bare minimum, they're going to get a C. A 44%, bro, that's crazy. Is a C. That's crazy. That was like a fucking F- when I was in school, dog. So what you're telling me, like, if you had a 44%, what the fuck were you doing, dog? You probably answered one question on the test.
Straight up.
You know? Nah. But And it is true, yes, they have these resources, but let's say you put fucking 10 fifth graders in a room, bro, and give them all a phone. Maybe one of them is going to be on that phone looking up fucking how to do something productive, or how to maybe, learning something new. The rest are just bullshitting on their phones,
watching kids fall. They're watching game clips.
Memes,
right? And the reality of it is, man, like, it's not an issue of whether or not you can be self-sufficient and self-taught, because some of the smartest people you ever meet in life are actually self-taught people. Because unfortunately in America, the school system doesn't teach you how to think, it teaches you what to think, right? And that's very different between being informed. Right? Exactly. That's being educated opposed to informed. The issue is, even with the system in place, already has some structures that we probably all have disagreements on anyways, and is already lacking in our minds. There's at least a structure there to teach certain things, right? To incentivize kids. There's if you don't do good, you can't play sports. You don't do good, you can't do that. You can't, your parents are going to ground you. If you put everything on being self-taught and hopping on YouTube, what's going to happen is you're not incentivized to learn anything that is valuable, that is not something you agree with already. So the issue is not whether or not you can educate yourself, because you can all day. The issue is the psychology of the nation itself. is the way we're moving as a unit, is the image, the expectation we're setting up for our people. Because the reality of it is, you're not going to learn how to build a rocket for NASA on YouTube, right? YouTube scholars, that's cool. Be a YouTube scholar if you want. I learned how to play guitar myself on YouTube, right? I learned a lot of things on YouTube. But there's no way in hell I'm going to equate you spending your free time watching a couple of videos and trying some shit out for the fuck of it to the same thing as somebody sitting there and going through this bullshit, understanding the value of it, creating a life beyond it, right? Because at least then you know how to follow through with some shit, how to work, right?
And the reality too of it is like a lot of people aren't built the same, bro. Not everybody's wired the same. Some kids need that structure. Yeah. Some kids need to go to school and learn and read books and do all that, and like that helps them, bro. Yep. There's kids that are go-getters, bro. There's gonna be some kids that are gonna be like, fuck this, and they're still gonna make more money than every teacher they ever had.
Straight up, bro. And those are the people that make it off. But the reality of it is, like, think of it like this. We don't understand the consequence. We were all, everybody from our generation back, we were all raised in school systems without phones. You got to put your phone away. You couldn't have it out, right? That wasn't even a possibility. For me personally, I understand the consequence of technology now, because one of the best things I was ever good at was spelling. I was really good at spelling, right? But then when I got on my phone and spells for me, and then all these things happen, when I go to spell something on paper, a lot of times I'm like, fuck, how do you spell that word? And then I pull my phone out. There are skills that you learned hands-on doing a thing on a repeat, right? When I have all of man's knowledge in my pocket right here and I can just Google something, I'm not firing up certain parts of my brain, right? Certain parts of my brain to figure things out, to problem solve, they're no longer there. The problem's being solved by just asking a question. And I never have to worry about spelling correct anymore. But if I ever have to write anything down, I realize my spelling sucks now. I'm not practicing the way I was before. You know what I mean?
If you don't use it, you lose it, fool.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Bag of sand.
40-year-old virgin, G.
Straight up.
Man, there's something that you could learn in school, and if you pick up your phone and go to the fucking food community real quick.
Sick ass.
But man, Trump is promising on his first day back in office, he plans to send illegal immigrants back to their country and seal the borders. He said, quote unquote, they're going back.
They took our jobs.
Hey, what happened, dog?
I feel about that, man.
Man, I think that's definitely a mouthful, to say the least, bro. I think
Cap as fuck.
Well, we talked about him building the border, right, and how abysmal his execution in that was, right? It was definitely ambitious, to say the least, but obviously when it came to execution, that really wasn't substantial, to say the least, right? But when it comes to like illegal immigration, the one thing I feel that we need to understand is that not every single immigrant that's coming into this country is Mexican or of Latin American descent. Mm-hmm. So Mexico just happens to be an easy place for people to land and come through. Mm-hmm. And there is tons of illegal immigration from places like Asia, the Middle East, the Ukraine, that a lot of these individuals are being able to be put in front of the list, in front of the line, right, and be able to come in because they're STEM, right? Which people who don't know STEM is, you got individuals who are engineers and scientists and whatever it may be, right? But for the most part, like what he is talking about overall is like all the immigrants that are coming in from like all over the place. And I think like once we really think about it, like as Latinos, as raza, as individuals who live here in California, right, we automatically think immigrants are people. Yeah. And it's not necessarily that anymore, right? Where you have, López Obrador talking about like they have such an influx of people that are coming from all over the world that you're starting to see like Mexico itself change and be gentrified because you have people from all over the world coming in and settling roots, right?
And when you don't make it through,
you stay.
You stay right there.
You stay there in Tijuana. You stay there on the border states. And it's putting
the last time I was in Tijuana, bro, my bad to cut you off. I was in Tijuana and I saw a fucking Haiti restaurant and a Haiti barbershop right next to it.
Well, that caravan that passed through.
Yeah.
That caravan came through. What people don't realize, dog, like, all right, let's talk numbers real quick, right? Obama said the same thing. Trump said the same thing, right? Obama deported way more.
Obama did it without saying it, I believe.
Like a G.
He deported the most immigrants of any president
in history.
Ever. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Trump came along, said some shit. What's your captain say? The reality of it is, bro, this is politics. This is political talk. I'm going to throw something so big, so hot topic. I'm going to hit the one. Because again, like I said before, most people are actually one policy voters. They vote on, because of their religion, they don't like abortion, right? Yeah. They vote on immigration. They vote on education. But we tend to share a lot of like ideas, right? Whether you're left, you will share a lot of things and have a lot of similar with the right to the left.
Yeah.
When you look at this, these guys play you, man, and they play your people. They'll throw something so crazy at you that it's just not feasible. They can't do it. What's going to happen is he's going to deport 20, 30,000 fucking random people. We're going to be in the same thing, dog. Kids in cages, blah, 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 and nothing's going to happen. We're going to rattle up, get mad for about a month, forget about it, go on. What happened to the kids in cages under Trump? Everybody forgot.
They're still there.
They're still there, right?
They're still there, yeah.
And you see videos.
It's just under Biden now, so a lot of people ain't tripping.
They don't want to rattle it up, right? the fact is, bro, every president said that. And every president does it to an extent. You can't, bro, America's full of immigrants, dog.
It's an immigrant nation.
It's straight up. It was based on it.
It was based on
And if you really want to stop it, check this part out. How are you going to tell me that this is a problem and that you want to stop this problem because it's an issue of, national security or whatever? Yet the people that are paying for these caravans are the same people that own your currency.
Yeah.
That pump your money, that print your money. And they pay for the caravan for them to come here, for you to complain. And then they pay you, they lobby.
I guess, like, I'm going to play devil's advocate, right? So playing devil's advocate right now is, as the United States, we've talked about this of us centralizing organizations and governments, right? Throughout our history, we have gone into foreign countries and decentralized their governments, right? And
name of freedom, homie.
Yeah,
democracy.
That's happened in Asia. It's happened in South America. It's happened in Central America. It's happened in the Middle East, right? So time and time again, where do you think all these people, when they're we're breaking these countries apart? Like, where do you think they're going to come? Where do you think they're going to come?
Yeah.
What do you think the situation is going to end up happening, like when they have nowhere else to go?
I thought we saved them.
100%. But it goes back to that conversation we had in a couple podcasts. Is like, on what side of the coin would you rather be? Would you rather be bullied or you rather be the bully? Because like we're gonna put it layman's terms. We're gonna put it black and white, because there's two sides. There's the people that are bullying and the people that are getting bullied. And on what side do you want to be? Because you can't be in the middle. You have to pick a side. Unfortunately, how the world exists, you can't be kumbaya holding everybody's hand. It's what side are you on? Is it black or white?
See, I don't agree with you. I think that the point of America and the exception of America is to create that middle. That's the whole point of us, right? Is we were escaping a tyrannical government. We were escaping kings and queens and imperialism and shit, right? To set up a nation where we could actually sit down and ponder what is right and what is wrong and move off principle and order, right? And structure, not necessarily run off of blood right and royalty and principles like this, right? We were supposed to be the nation that, we can go bomb the fuck out of you. And then because what's happening there is wrong. We go to war. It's not true. But we say we go to war over humanitarian reasons, to save people, to help people. That is the middle. That is, I'm going to bully the bully, and then I'm going to replace this with something much better. I'm going to give you democracy and freedom. That's the point. We were supposed to give democracy. We were supposed to set up infrastructure that it reflects our own.
But the democracy is disguised as control. Because why would we're putting specific individuals,
or control is disguised as democracy.
100. There you go.
Okay.
No,
because it's the truth, right?
100%.
Like we want. Yeah. We're one of the only.
I want your drugs and oil.
Yeah, we're one of the only nations that has embassies, not only embassies but bases, military bases everywhere in the world. When have you seen a Chinese, Mexican, Russian, go on and on and on and on base here in the United States or North America? It doesn't exist.
That's war.
It does not exist. Nope. We have bases all over the world. And that's for a very strategic reason,
so
right?
we can police it.
1,000%.
I got a F1 about 30 minutes away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got airstrikes. I'll call them in right now.
Right around the corner.
Button and they'll hit you.
Ready.
Yeah, waiting. Okay.
We're not stupid
At all, right? But that was the point. Those are all the facts, right? But the way we sell it.
So is it really creating a middle class? Because there is no middle class. It's the have and the have-nots now.
No, we were supposed to. it creases the divide
slowly.
more.
The middle class is slowly just going away.
Yeah, and we're killing our own middle class off. So
Gone.
But that's the point, is that we Americans are not making decisions in America. We have lobbies. You have people that have enough money to make things happen, and that the money's not American money, G. It may look like it. It may be American currency. It may be USD, but the principle behind the way the money's spent is for other people. It's for their
To their benefit, to their agenda.
right. They're making America more. It's like, bro, if you're gonna have the exodus from California to Arizona, don't bring California politics. Why are these lobbyists bringing their politics to America?
Man, and I wanted to touch on that, right? I think you just said something where we get, we're obviously here in California, right? And you hear like, don't California my Texas, don't
Straight
California
up,
my
yeah.
Arizona,
Yeah.
my Nevada. But the one thing that I'll tell all these individuals who live in Texas, Arizona, Nevada, and other places in the country, right? Like, folks from your city and your state have been coming to California for decades. There's so many out-of-towners here in LA and Southern California where I'm like, where you from? I was born in the middle, in the Midwest. I was born in Texas. I was this, and that. And I'm like, bro, you're the reason why people, when they come to California, they're like, oh, yeah, you gone Hollywood, you gone X, Y, and Z. It's all these individuals coming from all over the place, right? Up. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm from California. I'm like, no, you're not, bro. You're an out-of-towner. You're an OT.
Yeah, get out of here, G.
I'm like, we're not trying to gentrify, Texas or Arizona or whatever. I'm like, bro, take all the people that have come from your state,
take them back home,
your city, take them back home, because the traffic is insane and the taxes are fucking crazy.
And housing is fucking.
We don't need more people here, bro. Plain and simple.
Well, we just adjusted SDU so that I can do family fucking housing on my SDU because it's so hard to add more houses to Cali, G. Yeah, you're right on that, man. But and just one point, Cali used to be Republican.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
ties all back too to a lot of the gentrification shit you were just talking about too, bro.
Facts.
Like it's a big issue. And I saw a fucking video, bro, in Sinaloa. I don't know if you guys saw it. Speaking of gentrification.
Yes.
So there's a it's in Sinaloa, right? Culiacan, Sinaloa. There's a Mazatlan, Sinaloa. There's a resort by the beach, right? And there's a hotel, and there's a bunch of white folks, bro, on the balcony area with like a pool and everything. And there's a guy playing the violin for all the people that were there. It's like elderly people, bro. I'm talking maybe like what you would say, like 50s to 80s, around that age range.
Retirement center style.
Yeah. So, and then right below on the beach, there's a group of people on the beach who have a banda, and the banda starts playing like the music really fucking loud, and it's interrupting the guy playing the violin. So there's a video that captures that moment.
Go to America and do that.
There's a video capturing that moment, and now they're trying to ban bandas from playing on the beach in Mazatlan, Sinaloa. Yeah,
you gotta be shitting.
Yeah,
it's like no more tacos, G. Sorry,
bro. And this is
what the fuck?
And this is
we do
happening,
keto here only,
bro. And this is happening all over the República.
Like, fuck that.
You have multiple stories where you have this gentrification coming from all over the world, right? Like where my mom is from. My mom is from Guerrero, and Ixtapas y Guatanejo, and that is a place where a lot of locals travel there, right, for vacation, and you have a lot of people from Europe, a lot of people from Canada that come there because it's really, really warm. It's tropical. It's a tropical climate, right? But the reason why you come to places like Mexico, Ciudad de Mexico, and places like that is because you're in love with the culture and you love what it represents. So why in the fuck are you coming in here and trying to gentrify it and change it?
Yeah, they literally.
At some point, right, as individuals in your home country, you have to say enough is enough.
Straight up.
You came here, you have to accept what the culture is here and stop trying to fucking change it. Yep. This isn't the States. This isn't where you're from. If you want that, go back.
Straight up. Go back.
Because how many times have we heard that? How many times have we heard that here? Go back to your country. Go back to Mexico. If you don't like it here in California, X, Y, and Z, go back. Yep. Same Mr. Individuals
Spanish, fool.
That are
Spanish.
100%.
I think a lot of the problem though is our people over there though. Like these people that own the hotels are looking at it as like, I'm losing money. People don't want to stay here because of this banda. I mean, I could be wrong. Bro. Obviously, they're a huge problem, and it's the main reason that it gets gentrified is to accustom to them.
Yeah.
But I think if our people are out there trying to do that just to benefit themselves and benefit the resort, I guess it helps economically, right?
Yeah,
but
not worth the bread, though.
it's not. It's kind of fucked up, bro. It's like selling out.
It's the same thing we were talking about earlier, where we keep our head down and we allow people to just
and it's literally selling out because
Straight up.
Mazatlan, Sinaloa, like that place is known for that reason. You go there, vas a la playa, jalas la banda, bro. Like you fucking have a good time.
You want the culture.
And now it's like a homie's playing the violin, for you got to keep it down.
Fuck that.
Like what?
Pack that
you know,
fool out.
it sucks,
Facts.
The bond,
you know,
it
it has a lot to do with the owners of these resorts, bro. That are like, I need them. We want the money.
But see,
they're choosing that money over
over your culture, over your pride, right? And that's when integrity comes up. As a man, there should be plenty of moments in your life where you have to choose advancing over something and maintaining your integrity. You should always choose integrity. But this is my question. Most of these, when it comes, like at least in Tijuana, right? When it comes to the red light district, when it comes to the resorts, anywhere that's like that, this shit is cartel owned. Right, straight up. So nobody causes a mess, because we all know, right? If anybody fucks with these foreigners when they come through, it's going to bring other issues with America. So we don't allow that. These are actually safe zones for foreign people to come up. You want to tiptoe elsewhere, then okay. But this is my thing. Like, I don't know how it is over there, but I know in Tijuana it's like that. And if it's the same over there, which I would assume, right? Because you look at Jalisco, bro, like 60 something % of the economy, and this was like 5 years ago, I learned, it might be more now, was owned by the cartel. It wasn't owned by the government, right? So that's just Jalisco, right? So imagine how that reflects all around, right? Why are you tripping on money? Why would you allow this, right? Like, I would think that if there's any point that you step in and you're like, hey, nah, this isn't flying, because you don't need the bread, bro. This is your culture, this is your people. If anything, I don't know who the owners are, but it's not worth the bag. And if it is these fools, because now's your time, dog, to get these fools out of here, G.
Thanks, bro.
Right?
But man, anybody who fucking wants to go establish a hotel in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, I hope you were part of that fucking bank robbery that happened in LA, bro.
Hey, you know what's funny? I was gonna bring that shit up in like the 90s.
Bro,
what?
In like the 90s?
No,
Easter
it just
Sunday.
happened like last week.
Wait,
Easter
what?
Sunday, bro.
Yeah, they stole
Damn,
like
on
$30
Easter?
million in cash, bro.
No shit.
Which is one of the biggest fucking heists in Los Angeles. It was from a LA money storage facility, bro. And what city was that?
Silmar.
Silmar.
Here in the Valle.
Hey, I'm telling you, I don't play, dog.
Here in the
Damn,
Valle.
dog. How the fuck does that happen, bro? In 2024, $30 million of cash.
Because it's an inside job.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's
because
told you where the route is, had the car stop in front of it.
Yeah.
And they didn't find out till the next day, right?
They didn't find out till Monday.
They didn't even find out till the
It
next
happened
day.
on Easter Sunday when they knew everybody was going to be out.
Who takes inventory check? Who makes sure these routes make it, homie? And why do you have a Lambo now?
I hope they got away, man. Hopefully you were on Diddy's private jet with him.
Hey,
whoa, hey, wait a minute.
Hey.
Wait a minute, bro.
Hey, bro.
Wait, hold up.
Was it that fool trying to flee the country?
I don't know. Hey, don't let that motherfucker leave, bro.
Hell
Grab
nah.
his ass.
Bro, hey, well, pause.
You on the don't grab
Hey,
pause.
hey,
Don't
don't
grab
grab
his ass, bro. You grab his ass,
He
and
might
grab
like
your
it,
ass.
G.
Yeah,
He
nah,
might
bro.
like it, dog.
No, Diddy, G.
Papa? Yeah,
No,
don't fiddle
Diddy,
the
bro.
diddle, dude.
Nah, but
That's crazy.
This is definitely an inside job, because do y'all know how much like $30 million in cash actually weigh? They said it's an approximately 600 pounds. So you're talking about on a Sunday when they're closed, a group of individuals came, drilled the
Yoked. Swole.
You know, drilled the safe, took $600, 600 pounds of currency out, $30 million. We're able to put it onto a truck, load it up, right, undetected, and you didn't find out till Monday.
Who the fuck did that in Selma? I need a new bro. You in this valley?
Somebody,
I'm my mama if I know you,
bro. Somebody
hold a dollar.
somebody that still works there is definitely in on it. It has to be an inside job, because there's no way that these individuals know where the money's at, how to access that safe.
You better get fired now,
bro. It just goes to show like the times, right? Where there's an opportunity, people are going to take it. But I'm like, the one thing that people don't know is like these facilities exist where you collect all these monies. They hold it for like a central bank, right? Like a central, reserve. And then all that money is sent over there. So it's not like, okay, the Brinkstrom comes and collects it and then takes it to the bank. That doesn't exist. They take it to this Federal Reserve, right? Which is not, government owned, by the way.
Federal, nor do they reserve.
It's
the crazy part.
It is a private organization, right? So having all that knowledge and knowing how the time frames work, and like, yo, it's an inside job, man.
Straight up.
Shout out to my boy Simanchas in the comments, man.
Sin Manchas, what's the deal?
My bad. But hey, if y'all were part of that, all right, let's say it's 3 of us. What's 30? 10
Let me
mil,
hold a
10
dollar.
mil each, dog. Let's say the 3 of us did that shit, 10 mil each. What's the first thing y'all doing, bro?
Disappearing. I'm burying it, throwing it away, putting it somewhere so deep, so far away from me, and forgetting about it for like 5 years.
Man,
Easy money.
Damn.
I'm leaving the
I'm not-
country.
I'm not spending a penny.
Okay, so
Not a
would that still be your answer, saying like you're guaranteed not to get caught?
Yes, because there's no guarantee when you're swooping that much money. I would still feel some type of way. But if no matter what, 100% I can't get caught. Easy money. I'll probably take a quarter of it, put it into Bitcoin, put it into some type of crypto. I'll probably flow that, 3-4 different ways. I'd buy a bunch of tangible assets with it first and foremost. I'd buy stocks. I'd buy a fuck ton of Apple. I'd buy a fuck ton of anything that I feel. To be honest, I'd probably invest a fuck ton in Elon Musk shit. I'd buy a bunch of Tesla.
Oh, for sure.
I'd buy a bunch of XAI that he just opened up. I'd go and I'd pick up just different assets that I can own, tangible assets, because money sitting there ain't shit. But if I had a bunch of properties, I try to buy the blog back in some degree, right? But making sure that money is not spent, it's invested, so that 10 mil becomes 30, 40, 50
Hell
mil.
yeah, 1,000%. What about you, G?
Man, it's kind of same. I think I would duck down. I would duck. I would lay low.
AI.
I would buy a bunch of to your point of buy a bunch of tangible assets. Probably a lot of property.
Yep.
A lot of crypto. Right, just because you can definitely mask and be able to wash a lot of things. I'm like jewelry, like a motherfucker. Buy a bunch of jewelry.
Art.
Art, by the way, is not giving away any tips, right? But art is definitely a great way to invest and park your money, right? And an asset that is going to continue to grow. And the great thing about art is, unlike property, jewelry, and other things, like
Perceived value.
it's perceived value. So if I have a drawing of a stick figure and you're like, hey, I'm willing to pay $100 million for that, then that stick figure is worth $100 million, right? If you have a shack and you say, hey, my shack is worth $100 million, you're like, bro, it's worth like, a buck and a penny.
Crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
So art is definitely, a place where you can park a lot of money for that perceived value. So you could either do physical art or you can do NFTs.
And digital art, exactly.
Digital art, things of this nature, right? To be able to kind of sit on those funds and and then enjoy the rest of my life.
You get 10 mil, all 3 of us paint a picture. We buy it 10 mil off each other. There you go, bro.
Come on,
The homie Ronnie ain't here. All I know, he said he'd be on his way to Hong Kong, Tijuana with that money.
Nah. You know what that fool do?
Don't do it, man.
Bro, if Ronnie
Don't
got
do
that 10 mil, he'd be the biggest banana distributor in all of America, G.
Oh man,
All bananas lead to Ronnie at that point, G.
Oh man,
all bad, bro.
but damn, I agree a lot with you guys on everything you guys
What would
said.
you do?
Definitely, no, I'm in the same, bro. There's different stocks, assets, things that really wouldn't lose value. I mean, I would still be big on property, even though the value can decrease. It's just, I feel like it's just good to have property, bro.
It's always good, man.
Yeah, deposit a lot of that into Price Picks.
Hey, yo.
I would just play. But I also saw a comment again by my boy Simanchas, precious materials, gold and silver.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely would be buying gold and silver. Those are things like what minerals, right?
100%.
That don't really lose value.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
You know?
something
Ah,
very
you
important.
can play. Yeah. Yes and no, man. Like, I got a fuck ton of zinc at the crib and shit. You know what I mean? But
What's it zinc?
yeah, no, straight up, it's a mineral.
Aluminum.
It's a mineral. Yeah,
You know what
aluminum.
you know what you can do with aluminum tubes?
Bro, I lick the zinc every morning like a supplement, right? Yeah, that and to be honest, investing in hospitals and anything health wise. Those are certain things just don't go down.
And talking about perceived value, do you know what? Reading an article right now and reading an article from Vice. One thing that I definitely wanted to mention in our conversation before we end today's podcast is the perceived value behind these click farms that exist behind social media. Shit. I don't know if you guys know about whether it's click farms for your social media or streaming farms when it comes to like your music, right? There are these conglomerates all over the world that have like tons of computers,
mass facilities, dog.
Tons of cell phones, right? That are just kind of taped together. That are, artificially pumping up your numbers. And you have all of that's happening in social media where, you know specifically, like, if you have enough money to make something happen in pop, you know that artificially you're going to be at the front of the line because these things exist. And that happens a lot with your favorite artist. Your favorite artist isn't getting that many streams. Your favorite artist isn't getting that many likes. There's a reason why your favorite artist can't sell out any shows.
Oh,
it's because nobody's listening to his music or their music or her music, right?
But you got 100 million views. Get out of here, dog.
Yeah, bro.
But you got 40 people at your show.
But you're doing numbers on social media and on YouTube and on Spotify, but you can't sell 2 tickets to save your life.
You on the next Buick fucking commercial.
Facts. So, like, how do you guys feel about, that's a digital way of, like, kind of faking it till you make it, right? Somebody like Doughboy, who is an artist, right? Like, how do you feel about these farms that exist and having a lot of whether your contemporaries or competition or however you want to view them, right? Like, how do you feel about these individuals actually using these farms to kind of boost their numbers up?
I think it's fucking fugazi as fuck, bro. For the simple fact that it's so manipulative. You get people to believe something that's not true in the first part, and then more than anything, obviously it depends on, like, the amount of people you have behind you in order to get shit like this done. And this is what people are, like, big companies, labels, this is what they're doing, bro, to get these artists in your face, bro. Because you see the numbers and automatically you're like, oh, what the fuck, who's this, bro? And then you automatically, like, it makes you want to tap in with them, bro. It validates them, exactly. So it's super manipulative when it comes to the music industry. And it's just it's fucked up because you're not really giving people a fair chance to go out there and, like, listen to what they want to listen. They're pushing these people on, you open Apple Music and they have, like, all this shit that they just throw in your face, bro. So, like the top songs of this, the most stream songs of this, the most stream songs of that. And, it's like, what the fuck? But, when it comes to the younger crowd, they're going to want to listen to whatever they think everybody's listening to, bro. Yeah. So they're automatically going to jump on these waves, and not to say that some of those artists aren't dope, bro. But, it's just the way they go about it is kind of fucked.
Oh,
I think it's dumb, bro.
Yeah, you're cutting the line.
And it's kind of like if labels are doing this to artists without artists knowing, it's super fucked up. Because, now you have somebody thinking that they're popping, bro, and then they can't sell a show, or they can't sell merch, or they can't do shit like that,
Man, nah, you definitely have to be.
There's artists that are completely blind to what they got going on.
But you're all around it, you know what I mean? Like, somebody, I'd imagine, like, you're in this world now, somebody's got to be like, hey, check this out, fool. This is how I pumped this for Oh Boy. Or, hey, did you hear how Oh Boy got put on, dog? We just pumped this shit. Hey, I could do this for you. Hey, this is your manager? I'll get you like 40 more views tomorrow. Check it out. Just pay this right here, no problem. True. Right? Yeah. I would imagine that if, I know about it.
I think it's, I don't know, bro, because I feel like it can go either way. If it's gonna help your fucking, what would you call it? Your catalog grow organically. Yeah. Like, let's say you did a run with it, right? And then it starts, like, then you stop. But now you stop doing it, but now you see, like, people, since you got it in some people's faces, now it's growing organic. Like, you gave it that boost. Okay, cool. But if you're continuing to do it, bro, just to fake the stream numbers so that just to inflate them like crazy, that's just stupid.
I feel that.
And there's 2 ways that I really see individuals in the industry kind of applying this kind of logic behind it. You do have the fake bots and the fake streams, right, off of streaming farms, and you have a big conglomerate of playlists. Yeah. So you do have networks and people out there, and I've been on these meetings and I've been in these conversations where you have somebody saying, okay, for $50,000 a month, right, we can guarantee you 1 million streams because we're gonna place you in the top, playlists all around the world, right? Yeah.
Pertaining and that's not to even enough to make your money back.
Yeah. Not at all.
And now you're in a 360 deal, G.
Not even half, dog.
Not even half, right? So you need to be in these situations where, like, there is your favorite artist is faking streams.
Straight up.
I'm gonna tell you, like, the top artists in the world, most of them, if not all of them, are faking their streams. Yeah. Somehow, some way, like at least 20 to 30, maybe even 40% of those streams are fake because you are putting that situation into this whole ringer, right? That's giving you all these different streams back, right? But to, like, DBT's point, like, you know, how do you compete with these algorithms? How do you compete with like being like center stage and, you know, up in front in people's faces, right? It's like, well, you pay for the streams, and that hopefully kind of kicks up your algorithm that you can be in front of Apple Music, Spotify, you know, YouTube, and so on and so forth, right? So
it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
But is it possible to just be organic anymore? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, 1,000%.
So then you don't necessarily need that, right? My question would be, because these labels don't care about you, bro. Like they'll put you on a 360 ASAP if they can. Yeah. They'll pass out 360s like fucking candy, right?
Yeah.
Because they just want to make their bread. My question is, with this involved, if you have a contract with a label and they're like, yeah, all right, I'll guarantee you this much, right? Well, every month you'll for sure have this many views. Does that affect how much you get paid?
What do you mean? Like,
because
so
like,
you're paying for a certain amount of streams for a month. Does it affect how much you get paid? Yeah, because
right on the back
the
end.
streaming money that you're gonna get is not gonna compare to. Well, it depends on how much you pay.
But the thing is, like, if you buy 50,000, right, then 50,000 was spent.
If you pay
on it, wasn't brought
$50K,
in.
you're not making that back in streams in a month
at all.
Not even close. You're not even touching maybe a quarter.
And that's my point. Is that the only person that I'd imagine profits from this would be the label. It wouldn't be the artist. The artist would be hurt, I would imagine.
Well,
right?
you have to recoup, right? You're not making any money till you recoup, right? So getting involved in the industry very young, like I was exposed to a lot of these conversations really early. And the crazy thing is, like some of the most well-known artists in the world, right? Having 1,000, you know, not only getting fucked, right? But having these conversations where some of these folks weren't making any money in return till they went 3-4 times platinum.
Yep.
It's incredible.
You got to pay everything back for it. I give it to you.
You have to sell 4 million records and 4 million units, right, to even break even. Because not only is it a loan, right?
Straight up.
And you have to pay for promotion, you have to pay for studio time, you have to pay for marketing. On top of that, there's interest on top of this loan that you have to pay back. And usually you're receiving maybe a cent per stream, maybe a dollar, maybe a dollar per unit sold, right? And this was when you were still selling CDs, and CDs were, you know, $12, you know, $15, and you're making pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, no, it's terrible, bro. I just don't see how it benefits at all to the artist. I'd imagine that it hurts you, right? And you're not filling the same seats, and now you owe 3-4 albums with these guys. Yeah, you know what I mean. You can't pull out now that you know how bad it is.
Yeah, if it's something that you know you're feel like you're gonna pay for, or if it's something that your label is doing for you, I feel like it's not very beneficial. But if you're a fucking tech wizard and you somehow can manage to fucking fuck with the algorithms and get your shit played more, and you know get it going, and then let it organically just play out, shit, by all means, you know that. I mean, I feel like that information, that technology should be accessible to everybody.
Well,
anybody can learn it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's a little expensive and takes a little know-how, but you can set one up in your room. And at that point, do it yourself.
If you pay big money for that, you're just gonna get yourself in debt. But you know who's not gonna be in debt and don't gotta pay no fucking money back? Students soon, because Biden is he pardoning for like $30 million worth of student debt?
So they say Joe Biden will announce his plans to cancel student debt for more than 30 million Americans by this fall.
I doubt it though, G.
Man, he's it's
too much money.
Talking point.
That's just a speaking point. I'm like, the election is right around the corner. I'm like, he said he's had 4 years to get this done. And
I was gonna say, I feel like he said that before.
Oh, it's just a way for individuals to kind of pick him when it comes to, like,
just to keep him in mind.
Just to keep him in mind. You know, I think philosopher mentioned like most people are like one issue voters. So like if you have incredible student debt, right, and that thing never seems to go down,
Got my vote.
You know, I have a family member out there who's an attorney who had to take out loans to go to law school, and has been maybe like 10, 15 years now. And it seems like that debt, it never goes down.
No, he's dying with it. We die with those debts.
And that's one of the only, that in medical debt, right, are some of the only debts that you can't foreclose on, that you can't bankrupt on, right, that you can't declare Chapter 12, Chapter 11, you know, all those financial tools. Like, it's going to follow you for the rest of your life.
With you.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to like giving out free money, right? Like, where the reason why we're in this case that we're in right now when it comes to inflation and everything costing like 100% more was because we gave so much free money during the pandemic.
Yep.
There was so much money that was giving out, you know, with those PPP loans that was given out to the entire world. And
y'all wanted UBI.
Y'all exactly. Y'all wanted that money, but guess what? Those $1,600, $2,000, $3,000, whatever that you end up getting are now costing you $20,000, $30,000.
That's just how it works, Papa.
Because now, not necessarily just in your taxes, but like in everything that you pay, one way or another. I've heard this for my entire life that there's no such thing as a free lunch because somebody has to pay for it.
Yes, sir. You don't get no free rides.
So I really do believe that, you know, Joe Byron is just kind of using this as a speaking point to get more individuals to vote for him, to kind of rally behind him during this election season. But it's not going to happen. I'm like,
you're not going to get half.
But if it's not, then fuck that.
To be honest, you think he's even going to run, though?
Man,
I don't think he's going to run, dog.
He can't run, fool. He can barely walk.
Bro, that's true. And then who are you stuck with?
He can't even climb up a stair.
Bro, who are you stuck with? Kamala Harris?
Okay, but to be real, Kamala's been the
dog.
president all these last 4 years, dog. It has not been Byron. It's been Kamala, dog. To be honest, it was probably Obama, if I'm being 100 with you. And Obama called it. He called it at the end of his last presidency. He said that if I could, since I did my terms and I can't, if I could just be like a shadow president, just be in someone's ear telling them what to do, I would do it. Yeah. And then who came up right after him? Joe Byron. Man, that was like, oh, dude, I have a speech and sometimes and the kids in my hair and never mind. And then bounce, right?
It's just, you know, obviously for some individuals, like speaking politics and really speaking about these things, you know, kind of go over your head, right? And a lot of us really want to be distracted with all the bullshit and the nonsense that we see on social media. Yeah. But these are the conversations that are happening in your local, city. Your city, your city government, obviously in a grand scale from this presidential election that are really affecting you. And that's the reason why you can't buy the things you want to buy and do the things that you want to do. Local so government. These topics are important. You may not feel like they are important. They might be boring to you, right? But this is the reason why unfortunately you're unable to progress because you're not involved and you're not informed.
You're the problem. You're the problem.
Don't have these conversations, bro.
Yeah.
We the people, bro. Do not forget the value of that simple term. We the people.
Nah, but one more thing I wanted to bring up, bro, before we close this up. It's a dope fucking thing that I saw and I really liked, bro. Jordan is dropping a Jordan 5 on Mexican Independence Day, bro. And it's like a little collab with, for La Raza, bro. It's a dope shoe. It looks sick as fuck. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. But, bro, like, the culture's growing, man. Like a Mexican.
But on my mama, if it's
Day
like the material
shoe.
of these new Jordans, get the fuck out of here. Give me those retro. Give me the retro material. Give me that thick real leather. I don't want leather. I know.
It's not
if you're gonna do it for us, do it for us, bro. Right?
I'm like, bro. But
I appreciate the sentiment.
Well, it makes sense. How many times have we said here? How many times do I have to bring the same term up, right? That we are the biggest consumers of goods and services.
Why now?
Yeah, that shit's gonna sell out like that, whether it's dope or not, bro. It's Raza's gonna go buy it, dog.
But why now?
Because the culture's just is getting bigger, bro.
So again, you're using
popular. It's pop culture.
Oh yeah, for sure they're using the
absolutely.
culture.
Absolutely, 1,000%. They're exploiting it.
Yeah, they're exploiting it 1,000%. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, as Raza, I mean, I don't know.
That's cool.
I don't know how many people that didn't fucking like Jordan or Jordan shoes in general. Everybody in the hood wants Jordans.
Bro. Everybody.
I'm mad, but I'm gonna buy 2 pairs.
Maybe it's something that could have happened a long time ago, but hey, at least it's happening.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's something that I fuck with for sure.
Have they released what it looks like yet?
Yeah, there's a picture of it.
I
can pull it up.
My mama.
We should have put a picture up for the people, but everybody watching, pull it up on your phone. They look dope. They're like beige, bro, and they got like the fucking Mexican color on the. Oh, he got it right here. Look at that.
Oh, okay. I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
Can we show it on the screen? Would it look good? I don't know. Nah, you can't really see it.
You can't really see it.
Yeah, they look dope though, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Jordan team. Shout out whoever is part of that Jordan team that decided that was a good idea, bro.
And the designer.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are clean.
Yeah, those are nice.
But shit, man, anything y'all want to say before we wrap this episode up? I feel like we had a really good discussions today, bro.
Man, bro, just really kind of want to tell everybody out there, especially like the youngsters, like just be yourself. I think a lot, especially in this social media world, that we're under pressure to act outside of who we really are, right? And eventually you have to be your authentic self in the real world.
Straight up.
So your persona online, your persona in social media, your persona, digitally should be the same persona, the same individual that you are in person.
Yeah.
Because eventually the things that you portray online and you portray in social media, people are going to come and ask you about, they're going to hold you to, and you have to be authentically yourself. So you can't run away from those things that you're posting. People want to say like, okay, well, that's just social media. It's just my digital life. I'm like, not anymore. I'm like, whatever you post online on social media is going to live online forever.
Yeah.
So not only be careful, but really be mindful of like how you want to be portrayed for the rest of your life, because one day you're going to want to have kids. One day you're going to want to have a family, and all the dumb shit and the bullshit that you posted and you put up there is going to be exposed one way or another. So like really just be cognizant of that. Just be yourself, man. You got a lot of these youngsters out here, young men and women who are trying to be something that they're not. And then when, that ends up catching up to them, unfortunately, right? Like they just kind of fold under the pressure.
You're going to go back to who you started as. And on that note, if I like what you said there too, and if we're giving out a positive message, and I'll keep it short and sweet, right? What you said is on point. Be unapologetically yourself, right? And if you need some direction on what that looks like, read this book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, right? Get yourself into some stoicism, some philosophy, teach the mind, right? Each one teach one. Pass on that love, pass on positivity, man, because at the end of the day, bro, since COVID and all these things gone down, mental illness and all this stuff, talk about it, pass out gems, share gems, man. There's no gatekeeping. So read that book, peep game real quick, and clean your mind up. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, fellas. Well, shit, with that being said, this is another episode of What's the Word on Wednesdays on American Cholo. Appreciate everybody that tuned in today, man. Y'all be ready for next week. We're going to come with some more great discussions, great topics. Appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. With that being said, I hope everybody has a good, blessed night, man. Y'all take care.